Hey guys, what's up? My name is Angelo, coming to you with a new weekly food vlog installment. The song you're hearing is by Anglo called Home Too Soon. And basically, this week's video is about being black and having a mental disorder. I think that a lot of times black people give our own culture the idea that we don't have mental disorders, or that there's something wrong if we get help for thinking that we have a mental disorder. um, and it's always interesting. I remember growing up and being a part of a community that if you went to a psychiatrist or anything, you were deemed crazy or whatever. And this is like at my church, and this meetings, that my mom would go to, or whatever. Even my mom, they all thought going to a psychiatrist was crazy. And I remember that I was really kind of out of control in my teen years, and my mom actually placed me in a psychiatrist, and she was like kind of not okay with it, but telling all her friends that, like, oh yeah, I needed help, blah blah blah. And I didn't really need help. I was just like a kind of out of control. I had ADD, whatever, so I just wasn't coping in school and everything. And so my mom just thought it best to put me in a psychologist to speak with a psychologist. She also put me in private school, or tried to put me in private school, but I got expelled. But whatever, that's a whole different story. But basically, I wanted to associate eating disorders and mental health, also the black community, and just try to put them together in one, to try to find out from you guys, what do you think about the black community and mental health and eating disorders? I know for me, I don't often, when I hear about eating disorders, I see like thin white girls. That's it, you know. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just feel that there's a lot more happening in the black community that we just don't acknowledge, or we don't consider a problem. Especially if you're in like the ratchetier neighborhoods, um, you know, things like that just go unnoticed, just because I guess there's more important things to take care of or worry about. But I feel that I can't possibly be the only black American that, is dealing with like something like an eating disorder. And, the reason behind these channels, as I always say, is because I want to get help and encourage people to get healthy in a positive way. Um, Going back to the mental health in the black community, I never know who to talk to about these things. As a black person that's kind of proud of like my black heritage, but still has relationships with everyone, I really only feel close to like a person that is in my culture. And I think that I would only really feel comfortable like on a friend basis, and this is like outside of like meetings or whatever, but like on a friendly basis, I would probably feel comfortable with like one of my black friends, just because I would key about it a little bit and kind of poke fun at it and make jokes about being bulimic. So, and I don't think I know how to respond to other people. But then when I think about speaking to my black community or my black friends, I'm like, oh, that is something that's not even like talked about, that's not even done. So it's like I always feel stuck. I feel stuck, and that's why I'm making this video. It's like, what do you guys do? Like, I don't even know if there's black people that watch these videos, or anybody for that matter, but for the most part, I think that the conversation should stay open. We should consistently talk about Black America, and our health. I think it's very important, and I think that we sell ourselves short if we don't take a look into our own health, because there's more than just like being overweight, diabetes, and blah blah blah, and going to church and blah blah blah. And I just mentioned those two because that's what I grew up with. Like, church was heavily in my life, and family, and blah blah blah. But the idea of a mental health, or the idea of mental health in general, and just having like a disorder, it was never talked about. It was never associated with us, and it should be. My sister actually, and she doesn't know I'm saying this, I won't say her name, but she actually had like a lot of mental health disorders, and my sister and I both did, but it's like we never thought of it as like a mental disorder until we were old enough to realize what that was. You know, my sister had a really bad breakdown in college, and she was like eating out of garbage cans, and she was doing out of these crazy things because she thought that like God was telling her or Satan was telling her not to. And this all has to do with like religion being mixed in with like, you know, kind of just like a messed up, unsure mind. But for the most part, you just live with it and you don't really acknowledge it. So, for me, with creating these videos about health and fitness and nutrition, the idea behind that is that I want to find out about myself and find out about my community and help my community. So, guys, let me know. What do you think? What do you think about being bulimic in the Black community, health and fitness in the Black community, being healthy in general in the Black community, or just any community? The reason I say Black community is because I'm a Black American, and I find that I don't have a lot of connections to my Black community, you know, because there's like a barrier with mental health. That's the idea behind it. So I'm not sure what other people think, but I'd like to know. So my name's Angelo, and this is my weekly food blog. I am bulimic over 10 years, and I would like to share my stories and keep sharing my stories. So thank you so much, and let's get fit together. Talk to you guys later. Bye.